Not to act like a victim, but to be honest, I don't think I have any friends. It's not that I'm a social outcast or people don't talk to me or anything like that. In fact, I talk to a lot of people and I often talk so much that I don't stop. It's not the lack of communication that I'm referring to, but more so the lack of actual connection. I feel like I know so many people and they know me, but only on a superficial level, and that the only people that I refer to as friends are the ones I feel an obligation to label as such to justify the amount of time I've spent with them. I've never had that soul-binding type of connection, or if I've ever seen the potential of that happening, then it's quickly snatched away from me. But since I can't live in total social isolation, I stay on tables that are filled with people who I wouldn't interact with if I had even slightly better options available. Everywhere I look around, I see people who I don't agree with on a moral, political, and socioeconomic standpoint of view. Or I see people who are so terribly unfit for intelligible humors or just any form of pleasant conversation that it makes me repulsed even. Though I act otherwise, or I see people who are such shells of their own selves in their desperation to seek the same connection that I do, that it's impossible to form a genuine connection at all. It happens so very often that I finally start to enjoy talking to someone or a group, and then they say something which automatically makes me numb to it all again. I'm so tired of how commonly I can see racism, sexism, xenophobia, colorism, worshipping Nazis and mass genocide creators, supporting harmful and hateful people and ideologies, bullying people for their looks, status, or just existing in general, name-calling, rage-baiting, downright harassment in the name of humor. I'm exhausted by the inability of many people to have a debate without arguing, give advice without being apathetic, perceive instead of judge, and just be open to listen and talk with nuance and difference. It's utterly demotivating to talk when the other person just doesn't have any personal opinions, thoughts, or feelings that they deliberately express. Although I sympathize and understand it all, I also have the right to be frustrated if that's how I feel. I'm not being self-righteous and selfishly, and let's face it, irrationally wishing for everyone to start fitting my idea of good, but it's just baffling. Oh God. It's just baffling how I can't name one person who I think understands me whole and vice versa. I genuinely have no issues in connecting with a person with different beliefs and views, but I just feel so disconnected with every space I exist in, whether it be offline or online, that I fear I'm turning aloof. I've always wanted someone to call my best friend after all. I have, but it has never been more than a label. The first person to ever receive it ruined it out of jealousy. The second was just more of a physical constant in my life more than anything else. The third was too troubled to let herself have such a connection. The fourth ruined it for a boy. The fifth and I had too little time. The sixth and I could have never made it. The seventh was only a people pleaser, and the eighth never cared as much as I did. So then I just stopped this label game to try and stop the pain. The pain didn't stop. At least I wasn't putting in useless effort just so I didn't have to acknowledge the gaping hole in my very being. I do believe that connections are what elevate one's life and bring more meaning to it, since as an existential absurdist, I do think that I don't care if life has no meaning, because I could create my own. I'm failing marvelously though, because I'm more lost than anything. But I still hope to find that match that I've seen, heard, and read about. That person that knows you like the back of your hand, that you feel comfortable with telling anything and safe with no matter how bad times get. You can laugh with and cry upon, care and fight for, who you can talk to for hours, where conversation just flows so effortlessly about anything and everything. Found family with whom you belong. I yearn for such a connection hopelessly. I can't help it. I've never felt like I've belonged anywhere truly. Weirdly enough, when I'm in nature and gazing upon the stars, I feel more at home than at my own house. So when the next shooting star falls, I will wish the same wish that I have had in my heart for all my years, no matter how improbable it seems. I hope this time around it comes true.